Hi everyone, welcome to ERL 590, Reading and Writing in the Common Core. I'm Dave Boardman, I'm the instructor of the course, and I am really looking forward to spending a good part of the summer with you folks as you look at the Common Core, the idea of standards, what it means to teach with standards, notions of proficiency, everything from current arguments to how things look in our classrooms. This is a different kind of course, partly because it's summertime, partly because we're sort of morphing a couple things together. So I think that you will really like this. The design of most of our summer courses is that they are real production-based, hands-on, finding that blend between theory, application, and building things that will work in your classroom. So we'll spend some time looking at the concept of standards, the reason for or against standards. The focus of this class excuse me, comes down to seeing what it looks like in your classroom and finding ways to craft opportunities for your students that help them achieve standards in real meaningful ways and helping them move on from there. So the class is spread through the summer. We start July 1, we close August 18th, and my hope is that you'll be able to join in each and every week multiple times for conversation, loads of readings, and especially lots of sort of communal thinking about how things could look in your classroom. This class ends with one final project that will close on our final week, and it's called, sort of very loosely, Designing New Learning Environments. The goal is to create opportunities for your students to achieve standards in the Common Core, but not in the traditional, check-off style that people have used standards in the past, but in real meaningful ways that show students are learning the material, but that they're also engaged in the world, they're engaged in the classroom, and the learning community you're building. So that's a very general, very loose sort of a intro of where we're going. You'll see many of the details unfold really quickly. I have opened up the first week of the course, and I will generally open them up 1 week at a time, just so it's not overwhelming and because things are kind of paced to go through the time we have together. You'll see in this first week, though, that I will open a few new things as we get rolling. First weeks in online courses are always the kind of thing where people are coming in a little bit late, still figuring things out. Some are still needing the orientation, and some are geared and ready to go. So we'll make things happen for everyone. There's one common book we'll all share. It's called High Impact Instruction by Jim Knight. I first read it when it came out a couple of years ago, and I even, with the time 10 plus years experience teaching, found just tons of things that were very helpful for me. It's been used, we've used it successfully in a few of the other courses I've taught, and I hope you find it works and that it's interesting for you. I'll also ask you to pick another book. I've provided a list of probably a little more than 20 books. Actually, hang on a second, a boat's going by. I'm working on my summer camp this summer, so periodically I'll put up videos and you'll see the weather and the things going by. Okay, so I've also put up a list of choice books. I'm going to ask you to read one book of your choice. They do range. I think there's one that's like 350 pages, and there are others that are relatively short. It's not a kind of thing you're giving a book project on or a book talk, but I want you to pick something that you find meaningful and helpful for your classroom, for your teaching practice, whatever that is. So if you would look through the list, see what works, go on Amazon, browse the previews, check with me if you want, some recommendations for particular areas, and I would place those orders as soon as you can, because the time will go very quickly, right? I will tell you a little bit about myself. I have taught English language arts for about 12 years. For the last 2 years, I've been teaching at a career and technical education center, a CTE, called Mid-Maine Technical Center, which is located in Waterville. We serve about 450 students from central Maine. I teach a program in mass media communication and social media and marketing. We are standards-based. I'm held accountable to industry-recognized standards. So when my students leave, the expectation is they can do certain things in their field. They're tested, and I don't control the test in any way. It's done through an outside party. And so, you know, my ability to say, yes, my students meet standards very much needs to mirror what they can actually do in the end. So I come to this conversation with, I think, some interesting points of view. I helped start some proficiency-based learning programs in RSU 18, which has done that, I'll use the air quotes, mass customized learning. And I have taught with the ELA Maine standards. I'm blanking on what they're called. I'll remember after this video is over. From, you know, the last 20 years, as well as now industry recognized standards for technical students. So I am very much a proponent of standards. I actually like the Common Core, and so I'll put my biases out front, and I'm really glad to talk about those. I definitely see major problems with them, and I see huge problems with the implementation of them. So hopefully through this course you will find some opportunities to shape the standards in ways that work both for your students and for these outside agencies that will be monitoring things, meaning testing agencies and our administrators. And along the way, I'm sure we'll have lots of conversations about, you know, the standards, proficiency, this sort of word I'm tossing around a bit, and everything teaching and learning. So I am psyched for some great conversations. I hope you are too. It's going to be a great group. We're a number of currently about 7 people in the course, so I think it's a nice size for conversation. Not too big that, you know, we're getting lost in the conversation, but not too small that you'll be the only person talking. We are going to limit conversations. There will not be loads of discussion forums. The goal is that you will be working on your stuff this summer, not so much, you know, talking steadily in forums. But when there are forums, I will ask that you participate and really dive in and dive in strong, because I think we bring a lot of experience together. And I think that it is very easy as a teacher to find yourself working in a vacuum day after day when people have gone home and you're the only one around. So let's take this opportunity to bounce ideas off each other, to you know, float some trial balloons and see what sticks and what's not so great. So anyway, if you have any questions at all at any time, I have my cell phone on just about all the time. I am glad to get a text, a call, send me an email. If you, by chance, you know, contact me and you don't hear from me within a day, please try it again or call me. Because occasionally things happen in Moodle where, you know, you post a message and it just doesn't show up. So don't be lost by any means. I hope things go well. If any problems arise, like I just said, let me know. So let's jump in. Welcome to the course.